Hello, everyone, and welcome to famous Indianapolis Way. We are set to go tonight for Carb Day 500. Kicks off Thursday. Got a ton of events lined up for you tonight. I'm Nick Masse here in the booth with partner Chris Wright. Chris, how we doing?
Yeah, we're doing great, getting ready for a great race here in the Freedom 100. It's going to be fun. I got the opportunity, I believe, last season or the season before to broadcast this race, and we had a great race and a great finish. Hopefully, we'll see the same out here tonight and, get this little appetizer out here before, like you mentioned, the big event on Thursday.
Take a look here. We're gridding up right now, looking at the famous pagoda. Take a look at the grid here. First event tonight.
Yeah, it looks like we got Justin Fortner right here on the pole. Presley right there in second. Craig Forsythe. Julian Valadez. You know what? I'm going to butcher some names tonight. I don't broadcast too often here, so I apologize if I butcher your name. Michael Hosick, Nicholas Sudak, Chad Frankenfield, Ryan Schold, Nick DeGroot, and Brett Baldick will be the top 10. And running out the field, we got Josh Osborne, Mark Rebilas, Hunter Smith, Brandon Ultra, Gavin Hibbs, Brayton Lassiter, and Bill Colledy.
And we're kicking off the night here with the Freedom 100, so it's going to be 40 laps tonight. And I'm told by Chad here, race if we don't get a caution before lap 20, competition caution at lap 20. Kind of regroup.
Well, I'm the admin, and I have not been pertinent to that information.
Yeah, that's what the big man says down there. Running seventh, or starting off seventh there, Chad Frankenfield. And Chris, this is open entry tonight. Got a lot of regulars out here in the field, but everybody, it's an open invite. $5 entry fee. The winner of this race wins $10, and we got 3 of them lined up tonight. So, it'll be a fun night of racing.
Yeah, it's going to be a great night of racing. Yeah, I believe this the only race we have over here at the big speedway?
Yeah, I believe the next 2 we go over to IRP. I'm sorry,
So
Lucas
there you
Oil.
go.
Lucas Oil.
You're going to get your fill here at the 2.5 mile speedway. And then we're going to head across town to the little bull ring and get some people good and ticked off. So who we got to win, Nick? Who are you taking right here?
I don't know. Oh, we got a lot of new faces tonight. It's not all the typical regulars. So go with Michael Hosak there, starting 5th.
It's a great pick. I think I will take Hunter Smith out there in the 54. And we're green. Heading for turn 1. And 3 wide right away. 3 wide down into turn 1.
Forsythe for the bottom shot there. Clear for the lead in turn 1.
And they're 3 wide behind them too. Look at this. Wow. These boys are ready to go. I think somebody should have told these boys that it was 100 miles. They do know that, right?
I believe we have unlimited fast repairs tonight too, if I'm not wrong, Chris. I don't know if that's intentional or an accident setting up the session, but I think these guys know it, judging by the way they're starting.
I do not know. I see no fast repairs. 0.
Oh, no fast repairs?
4 wide
Yeah,
right here.
4 wide for the
right
lead.
front. Holy
That's Chad
smoke.
Frankenfield for the lead.
Wow, that was incredible stuff right there. And they're 3 wide back there in the mid-pack still. These boys are getting after it. Look at these big runs they're getting down the straightaway. Here we go again. Going to go 3 wide once again. Big run from about 6th in line. Just nowhere to go with it. Ooh, nearly touch wheels there up on the top of 3 and 4.
Chad Frankenfield 6th to 1st in 2 laps. Hang on to it. It's all packed up, so it's going to be tall order for him to hang on to it.
Yeah, with the
there to Valadez.
with the downforce levels, these things are creating a ton of drag. Oh,
Oh,
a
a
little
little
bit
bit
of
of
wheel
contact.
contact.
At Fortner. Dora making a little contact right there.
I believe it was netcode. But the drivers are not happy. One of them, anyway. But look at these big runs. What this is the way these downforce levels are and the horsepower. These things are pretty much maxed out about 50 feet after they exit a corner. And so the further back you go, you can get a huge run. Like if the guy from 8th or 10th had the ability to pull out with a lane, like look at these big runs, and they just get bigger and bigger the further back you go. This is like slot car racing. It's almost like the next gen times 10.
Ryan Scholl have the lead temporarily. Chad Frankfield up the middle again. Chris, what do you expect? Do you expect this to get strung out here if we run green for too long? Or are they going to stay like this for the most part? Tires
Oh no, no. They're not going to wear the tires. They're not going to get separation. This is going to be it's going to be a pack race through and through. They're just not running fast enough to wear these tires out. These cars could go around these corners, 230, 235. They're maxing out at about 205, 210, right in there, unless you got a big toe. So, yeah, they're not wearing these tires out. This will be a pack race all the way.
Yeah, I believe the cars tonight have been modified. Reduced boot, increased weight. Drive different than you see on Thursday for sure.
Look at these big runs. I'm watching the green car here, 6th place or so. Look at this run he's got. He's going to pull out. Huge run. And it eventually is thought out. Man, this looks like fun. We should have raced, Nick.
I know. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't even know how to approach this right now. I'm not aggressive by nature. Stock car side, so I think you got to be pretty aggressive. As you see, 4 wide again. I got so excited my headset fell off.
And there are some guys who have fallen off the pack on purpose. Brayton Lassiter, Bill Colley, Josh Osborne, Mark Rebilas. Those guys have fallen way off of this pack. I did just hear a rule go across, though, no bump drafting allowed. I don't know if anybody's watching, but I'm not going to enforce that too awful hard, because I don't think you can bump draft in these cars.
I think that's kind of the self-enforcement here, Chris. I think anybody that tries that, it's not going to fit.
Yeah, it's man, I've tried bump drafting in these cars with you, I believe, and it didn't work. Here we go, another big run. Are we going to go? He's going to try to shoot the middle. They kind of close the door. It's almost like those front 2 cars can kind of control the runs behind them and try to shut it off when the guy's coming with a huge run. Is that what you're seeing too? So here we go.
Valadez middle is going to be followed by Scholl, I believe that is. All right, that was.
Yeah, I've not seen anybody have to lift yet outside of just, not to run the guy over in front of them. More big runs. Nowhere to take them. This track is racy tonight. Here we go through turn 1. It looked like somebody might have got tight there on the bottom, that 5th car in line or so. Looks like he might have pushed a little bit, but he might have just been going up the track in the middle of the corner trying to get a little bit of a toe. Here we go, 3 wide at the front. Do we hear 4 wide? We do hear 4 wide.
Oh, man.
He didn't send it.
And that's
he
tough.
licked the stamp.
Yeah.
Walked all the way to the post box.
And that's tough, Chris. As you know, I mean, spotters in iRacing, they'll tell you 3 wide, but I don't think there's a voice memo for 4 wide. So a lot of these guys don't even know they're 4 wide times.
Yeah, there's not. Usually, though, if you get 4 wide, somebody starts yelling. One of the drivers is like, 4, 4, 4, you know? It's like that old commercial, 4, 4, 4. Oh, contact! Contact!
He
Oh!
hangs on to it. That was Fortner and Chad making a little contact there.
I think we might be getting some handling into play. I might be wrong because it looked like that was a big push. Yeah, it definitely looked like one of them times where you're just, the front quits working. Big run, though. Here we go. 3 wide for the lead. So, Nick, if you're a driver and you're watching this, are you already putting it in your mind, I do not want to be leading this thing coming off a turn 4 on the last lap?
Yeah, I don't know where you want to be honest with you. I feel like
Maybe 6th?
yeah,
That's 4 wide down here again.
probably anywhere but the lead.
Oh, 3 wide. That's a tight 3 wide right there. That is a tight 3.
Hunter Smith in the middle. Gavin Hibbs takes the lead. Gavin Hibbs started 15th, Chris, up 14 spots, so he quietly made his way up there. We didn't even talk about him once.
And look at this, man. This is absolutely incredible. We are about 7 laps, 8 laps away from the halfway break here, where I believe they will not be able to get tires. If I understand correctly, they will just be putting fuel in the cars. Here we go, 3 wide. We're going to go 4 wide. We're going to go 4 wide again. Incredible stuff here. I mean, look at that. He went from the lead to side-by-side for 4th. And this is a car you can't throw a block in. I mean, you can, but it'll be the last block you throw. So here we go once again. This lead changes hands once again. Absolutely incredible stuff, Nick. Absolutely incredible. I've never seen racing like this. Here we go. Look at him. 2 by 2 up at the front. No 3 wide that time. That tells me these guys are starting to struggle with handling. There's no 3 wide right there. They're starting to struggle with handling. They're starting to push a little bit. Maybe it's a little bit of dirty air, a little bit of hurting your tire, but if you can't get tires here on the pit stop, you're not going to be able to fix, you know, the right front going away. Actually got a little separation. Let's see what kind of run these guys get at second and third at this leader right here. Not a terribly huge one. I think tire wear's coming into play, Nick. I'm curious. I haven't heard anybody say anything, but we're starting to get some separation. We've got about 7 cars have broken away.
Go 3 wide, trying. Oh, they tried to go 4 wide for a second there.
This next time by will be 5 to go till the halfway break. There they are, 3 wide, tight 3 wide once again. I get nervous every time they get 3 wide with about 2.5 lanes. It's really tight there sometimes. Come down the front stretch once again. The breakaway is kind of closing back. Oh, here it is. Tight 3 wide once again. 4 wide. Just a quick 4 wide, though. I mean, nobody's really out of this. Oh, single file. Here we go. Is this the parade? Nope, not quite. Big move here from third.
Or making the dive. Lead back. Trying to, and didn't quite clear him.
Yeah, the fact that he's not clearing it tells me these cars are starting to handle. I mean, you're starting to get to the point where it looks like some of these guys need the whole racetrack. Ooh, big move there, and we're going to go 4 wide. Oh, I don't think they all know that it's
A little bit
4.
of contact.
Wow. I don't think the 2 guys in the middle, well, I don't think one of the guys in the middle knew they were 4 wide.
I don't know how they haven't wrecked. They bounced off each other a couple times already, and these cars aren't forgiving. Tends to happen.
They're 3 wide for the lead. They're going to stay 3 wide for the lead all the way through 3, down the short chute. And they're going to stay 3 wide all the way through 4. Oh, here we go. We're going to look 4 wide once again. Wow. Absolutely incredible stuff. Just look at this. And we've got 4 cars kind of separated out here. We'll see if the rest of them can close up here. It's through 3 and 4. Just 2 laps left here in the first half of the race. Oh, we got contact.
That was Ryan Schold. Little contact with, was that Derik? 22? Look here. The camera. Guys, come around. He's gone. Well, looks like I believe that's Dick. A bit higher. Schold anticipated and just contact with that left rear.
I'm seeing a big net code there, Nick. Are you seeing the same thing?
Take another look. Closer view here. It's tough to say, Chris. I don't know. It might have started with a little netcode, but definitely eventually ended up hitting. Don't know why. Car didn't want to disappear there on the overlay. Technical tip. They're good now. This caution comes to splits it up pretty evenly, but I think.
Well, here we come down pit road. There is talk about them maybe going ahead and changing tires. I thought the rule at the start was that they couldn't. So I'm not sure. You see any tire changes?
I don't believe so.
So that's our halfway break. We were, unfortunately, Ryan Schold was about 30 seconds from the halfway break there for the yellow. And, he just couldn't quite get there off of turn 2. Well, Nick, we saw half this race, and it was crazy. It was chaos, especially at the start. And now that we know they're going to get a trophy, there's no caution coming out for anything other than some kind of incident. What do you think we're going to see here the second half of this race?
I think we're gonna see pretty soon after this. I think it's gonna be pretty wild. I think now these guys know what these cars are gonna do, so I think these guys that aren't regulars in the series are gonna kind of start getting more aggressive here.
I don't know. I think much more aggression shows than we're going to be talking about. Pretty big crash. So here we are. I believe we will be getting the green flag this time by. With Chad Frankenfield, our leader.
They come down the. Oh, is it that Chris? Sorry.
What were you about to ask there?
I was gonna say, as they come down the backstretch, just want to give a shout out to our sponsors here. Peace Series sponsor, our series here. Foundation promoting change in the world, like a Jack Shockley. So check them out. .org. As always, Big Market Raceway.
Yeah, Blue Egg Marketing gotten a lot of great TV time with Ethan Stanley and some other guys that are on the oval side, but they are the marketing department for a small business, right? And Chad Frankenfield is driving a throwback, I believe. Man, I don't know. I think I know whose throwback that is. I believe that is a TK throwback, maybe. Somebody's going to say, nope, that's not TK, that's Dan Weldon or something. I believe it's one of the old Andretti cars. It's an Andretti throwback, I believe. I just don't know which driver. As the green is out, he gets away. Pretty big lead there for Chad.
Big jump, but Presley Soares right with him. Going to take a shot at the lead here. This is the biggest gap we've seen here. If these guys back third, fourth are able to get back up to him, about a second gap.
Here we go. Gonna have a lead change here down the front stretch. Side by side down here into turn one. Lead change. And I'm gonna tell you, these guys in that second group better get it figured out.
Yeah, our leaders are kind of slingshotting off each other, and that's what that second group needs to do if they want to stay with them. They're kind of racing side by side, duking it out, losing time.
Yeah, one thing the second group did there is they let the front two do it. I think what they need is the guys in the back to slingshot with the momentum, because the guys that are third, fourth, and fifth in line will have way more momentum.
I don't know if they can carry that Asimov, Chris. I think you got to be second. I know. Got the tail end of the line, can do it.
Oh, nearly contact down there. That's going to hurt him. And just like that, our leaders are checked out.
Kind of hanging there about a second back. Quite lost. Slipstream had Franken. Quite yet. Now they're starting to
just
out. Julian Valdez and Sticker shot each other. I think they're going to claw their way back up there.
Yeah, all they got to do is if they get another car length and a half or so, they might be close enough to do it. Let's see the gap. It was 9/10 of a second last time. 8/10 this time. If they gain another 1/10 of a second, they'll be there. Work their way through these corners. They're trying to work together. They're trying to do what big runs here.
Oh.
Now that's what they need right there. That was a guy getting a big run, carrying some momentum. And that's what they need to close it up. They need the guys from further back to get a big slingshot on all of them. Look, that's going to close the gap. They're going to be getting a tow right here. All the cars are going to get this tow.
Yeah, they cut it down 3/10 right there, that lap. That was Nick's big move on the backstretch.
Yeah, that's what they needed. That was a huge moment that they had that they needed. So now here we are. I think they're all going to be closing back together here pretty soon. Down the front stretch, they might have a big enough run to try to pass them.
And they're there now.
I'm watching that fourth car in line. The old Bumblebee there, black and yellow. He's going to have a pretty big run here down the front stretch if he so chooses. Looks like they're just checking up. Did not choose to take that run and do something with it. So now the breakaway is 7 cars. I do not foresee 8th and 9th and on back getting into this unless there's an issue. I mean, we're talking about needing to close a 2-second gap. That's going to be pretty tough to do with just a couple cars. 3 wide for the lead. Just insane, the runs. Oh, there we go. A huge run here. We're going to have 4 wide. We are going to have 4 wide.
Oh, man.
Chad lifts. Mark that down. Mark that down right there.
Did he lift or did he just?
He lifted. No, he lifted. I can't believe Chad
I
Frankenfield
don't
lifted.
believe that.
It's lap 29 into turn 1. The first time in years I've seen Chad lift out of a 4 wide situation. Now here we go. And you know, I'm going to be proven wrong because here comes 8th and 9th. I said I don't think they got a shot to get there from as far back as they were. But the field got stacked up on that 4 wide. Oh, wow. Man, I thought we were about to wreck a bunch of cars. Look at these cars. Hunter Smith, huge run back here for him. And oh my goodness, Hunter Smith and Gavin Hibbs came from forever back.
Like Fortner got a little tight right there. Had to lift out of turn 1, backed them up a little bit. They're gonna have a big run on these leaders though. Probably down the front.
I'm gonna tell you what, the Green Machine was one of those guys that was way. Oh, one into the fence there a little bit. Not sure who that was. That Fortner? I think that's Fortner that hit the fence. Just 10 laps left here in the Freedom 100. 3 wide for the lead. Absolutely incredible stuff. Hunter Smith all the way up to 4th after not even being a part of this lead group a lap and a half ago. Here he goes. Here he goes again. He's going to have a big run. Takes the big move there. He's going to have. He might be having visions of trying to take the lead. Nope, he's going to lift, follow him through turn 3. Maybe get a little bit tight.
Yep.
But I mean, the way that run built there, that was probably the fastest he'd went in the 3 all race. And now here he goes, looking for the lead. It's going to be 3 wide, though. Nope, not quite. Well, not quite for the lead, I should say. Hunter Smith to the lead. And now it's time to back up if you're Hunter Smith, right? These guys are going to get a big run at you. And there's just nothing you can do.
Yeah, we got 9 cars in this lead pack, and any of them can win the thing. I mean, saw Gavin Hibbs come 15th spot up to the lead in laps or so. So any of these guys have a shot.
Yeah, and we saw Justin Fortner hit the wall. I felt like pretty substantially, and he's fine. So he got away with something over there. Got pretty lucky, to hit the wall and not bend something up there. They worked their way down the backstretch once again. A big run here. Gonna go 3 wide. Chad's trying. Man. Chad lifted once, and he's trying to be aggressive, make it a hole now, huh?
The gap wasn't quite there. Wasn't as quite as wide as he was hoping. If he had another 2
Oh,
feet.
contact behind him. One in the wall.
Is that Valdez?
Is it Gavin?
Gavin Hibbs.
No caution.
Find this real quick as we come down 7 laps and see what happened here. Looks like I don't know if contact or he got tight.
Well, these tires are completely destroyed on these cars right now.
Oh, little contact.
Yep, little contact. One car got tight, pushed up. Gavin probably thought he was going to be able to sneak back to his outside, but Gavin probably seen that coming too. Probably could have lifted and been okay, especially with the runs you're getting in this. Oh, we're wrecking at the front!
Oh, big
Huge
one.
wreck! Huge wreck here on the front stretch. Craig Forsythe just...
Fortner. I don't know how there was not more cars in backwards, but that was for the lead right there too.
I think Hunter Smith drove underneath somebody.
Look back on this one here. See, like Craig Forsythe here on the low side, and we got outside. Like Fortner, I don't know if Fortner came down or Forsythe came up a little mix of both, but
I think it's a little mix of both, and then wow, I mean, look at that 26 car launch like it's a SpaceX rocket. Like it gets a little lift and then boom.
Wow, look at Hunter Smith drive underneath.
At what point when that car started to lift off did it become Elon's?
Valdez, we got right on board with the Valdez here for this thing. Probably right on board with a couple people, Chris.
Yeah, Hunter said that he's clear. It just hit his head, hit his helmet. So in the virtual world, he's okay. But I believe the 22 said he has got some kind of substantial damage.
Like yeah, it looks like Fortner had a lot of damage. Here, fast it happens. Like, can't even see anything yet. Boom.
You see smoke, and then you see a car trying to clear the catch fence. Wow. Well, what about Hunter Smith? Have you rode on board with Hunter Smith yet? Because this literally happens right on his lap. Wow. How lucky can you get?
I don't think he's got any damage from the looks of it either.
I believe, like I said, the 22's got severe damage. And he said he didn't hit anything. He went underneath somebody, and then it gave him a meatball flag. Yeah, I'm not seeing any damage on this 22 car. Oh, something's bent. Like, his wheel's off center. It looks fine until you ride on board, and that struggle is real. So it looks like Presley's going to be the leader. Hunter Smith, Chad Frankenfield, Julian Valdez, We got Brett, Michael, Josh, Bill Colley, Brayton Lassiter, Brandon Ultra, and then we'll have Mark Rebilas. And Mark driving that Pennzoil machine there. He's catching the field. And there are no green-white checkers. So if we wreck again, if there's another caution, this race will end.
Here's my pick, Chris, running 6. He's back in it. Jose.
Hey, the green machine's still up there too, man.
Who'd you have, Hunter or Josh Osborne? I can't remember.
I had Hunter.
Okay. Both the green machine. Couldn't remember which one.
Maybe my luck's changing as a race picker, because if that would have happened last night to my driver, he wouldn't have been that lucky. Hunter dodged that bullet there. His car makes that left turn. We're going to go green here with just 3 laps to go. Green is out. Now, these guys do not have the time to let first and second get away. Like, it took them 5 or 6 laps to get back the last time. You don't have 5 or 6 laps to play with this time. Hunter, big move there. And here comes Chad. Yeah, right now I want to be the leader. You know, in case there's a caution, you want to be in that lead in case there's a caution. But once we take the white, I'm starting to think, you know, I don't want to be in this lead until as late as possible. Here we go. Big move, 3 wide.
Valdez on the bottom.
2 laps to go.
6-car battle now.
I don't think I want to be any further back than 4th on the last lap, though.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Here we go.
They get 3 wide, 4 wide. There's not a lot of room to make any move farther back.
I'm hearing a wreck. No caution. White flags in the air. Hunter Smith has kind of created a big big gap. Do you think that's by design?
I think so. That's what I'd be doing if I was running in 4th. Oh.
Yeah, but
you don't. A little loose right there out of turn 1.
It might be too soon to do it here off of turn 2, but he's got himself a big gap. Here we go down the backstretch. He's going to choose to have a big lift here.
I think he's got to lift a little more.
Here we go.
Last corner.
Oh, contact.
Oh.
Here we go down the front stretch. Who's it going to be?
3 wide at the line. 4 wide at the line. Like, Chad.
Chad Frankenfield gets the win.
By 0.00, Chris.
Julian Valdez is going to come home in 2nd. Hunter Smith. Michael Hosick. Brett, Josh Osborne, Nick DeGroot, and Presley Sower round out your top 10.
Get a good view here coming to the line. Close up though of the 50.
Yeah, and Hunter probably had a good shot to win that race until he made contact in turn 4.
Wow, barely.
Yeah, what an incredible finish right there. What a race. What a finish. had the one big wreck in there.
Yeah, that was exciting for sure. Leave. Break here.
And welcome back to the Elite Racing Network here as we get ready to set up some more from Carb Day here. We just wrapped up the Freedom 100, and I am standing here with the winner, Chad Frankenfield. Chad, take us through your race. We actually saw you lift one time out of 4 wide. Kind of took us by surprise, but you were aggressive when it counted. So talk about that race with us there, and how going were the tires at the end of that thing?
Um, I mean the tires were definitely falling off, which was really interesting. We've experimented with the cars to run this event. So it's really neat to see that we found something that seems to work pretty well. Um, yeah, because you had to manage your tires. I mean, that's what I was trying to do. Once I realized there was fall off, I tried my best to manage them there late. But yeah, I mean, it was just a question of just making sure you're in the right spot there in that last segment or whatever it was. Um, but I mean, the racing was super close. It was super fun.
Yeah, you mentioned how close the racing was and how much fun it was. We had that one. It was really clean start, and then we were about 30 seconds from the halfway caution, and Ryan Schold had his wreck. And then talk to us about where were you when the big wreck happened on the front stretch, and we had one guy try to become a SpaceX pilot, and a couple guys drove underneath, and the fact that they got off the ground is probably why we didn't wreck more race cars.
Yeah, I didn't see. I just saw it in my mirror. I didn't really see what exactly happened. All I know is I got lucky that I was in front of a lot of the chaos and instead of behind it. Um, Once all that stuff starts to happen, it gets really squirrely. Um, but yeah, I mean, it was a really surprisingly clean race. I was a little worried about how packed up we were going to be, but it was really exciting.
And
All
then,
right. Oh, go ahead, Nick.
yeah, just one more question for Chad. Yeah, Chad, already qualified your way in for Thursday for the big race, Indy 500. How you like your chances, and what are your thoughts going in?
I feel pretty good in race trim. Starting 15th is not ideal. It's going to take strategy and some things to get forward. Um, Fortunately, you got to be in the top 5, really move forward. Um, Recent updates have helped though my driving style because I really do a good job of using the bottom. So hopefully that pays off on Thursday. But it's 500 miles, anything can happen. As a team, we're talking about different strategies. We kind of have the field covered in terms of guys throughout the field, so we're gonna try some different things. And like I said, it's 500 miles. It's Indianapolis. Anything can really happen there. It's really being 15th. I've never started that far back, so I'm just gonna try to survive the start and then start to settle into a pace, see where we're at. But I feel pretty good. I mean, I always feel good at Indianapolis.
Well, all right, Chad, before we let you jump out of here and get ready to head across town to the short track, are there any sponsors you want to thank or shout outs you want to give?
Kicking the tires, obviously. Obviously, I couldn't get them on my car here tonight, but thank you. Reach out to them. Warriors for Peace, Rebilas Photography, Richmar Florist, all of our sponsors for our month of May events. Thank you to everybody at ERN. Thank you to you guys. This isn't always the easiest night just because of the gaps and stuff like that, so appreciate you guys helping out tonight. And we got some fun racing coming up. This is the biggest sprint car field we've had. Typically we only get like 7 cars, and there looks like there's about 15 maybe a little less, so could be a strong field. Watch for the Indy Pro race later tonight. You'll see some tire wear, so you might get some guys maneuvering, comers and goers in that race as well. So again, just want to appreciate everybody tuning in.
Well, all right, that is Chad Frankenfield, who just won the Freedom 100 to kick off our couple days of live action from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway as we get ready to head across town for the sprint car race, the sprint car event. And I believe there's another event. I can't remember what it was there, Nick. Do you have that in front of you?
I do, yeah. We got the Hoosier 50, the sprint car race, coming up next at 7:45. Freedom 50, the USF 2000s, also at 8:40. Last race of the night is the Freedom 75, the Indy Pro 2000s, all at Doyle. So, wrap this up. Take a look at the results here. Chad Frankenfield, the winner of the first event of the night. followed by Julian Valadez, Hunter Bosak, and Brett Baldeck. We see everybody here in 10-15 minutes here for the next race of the night over at IRP. Or Lucas Oil, excuse me.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
The NASCAR Cup Series returns to Worldwide Technology Raceway on June 1st and 2nd, 2024. The time to get your tickets is now. For only $10 down, you can lock in your seats for an incredible weekend of family fun, featuring the Enjoy Illinois 300 and the Confluence Music Festival. Racing, music, camping, it all adds up to one amazing party. Go to www.raceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year.
Hello, everybody. Welcome over. We're over at Lucas Oil Raceway now for the second race, Carb Day here. Warriors Car Series. Again by Chris right up in the booth. Chris, how we doing? Long time no see.
Yeah, it's been a long time since we were over there at the big speedway. Sun's starting to go down. Gonna have us a sprint car race here. It's gonna be exciting. Somebody's probably gonna be upset. We'll have to see how it all shakes out. I mean, the Freedom 100 set a big precedent there. You know, that was a pretty good race and a great finish. So this race got a lot to live up to.
It did, and these I was watching practice, and sprint cars are flying around the park here. Should be in for a good one again. Looking at 50 laps here, right?
And those 50 laps will fly by, right? What are their lap times here? Pretty quick, right?
Yeah, about 20 seconds on the stopwatch here in Q. Got Alex McCollum, Chase Cabre, Jeffrey Stanton, Chad Frankenfield, Valadez, Smith, Brandon Ultra, Fortner, Mark Rebilas, Victor Group, rounding out the top 10.
Yeah, and it's going to be an exciting race. You see some new names here that weren't with us over there for the Freedom 100. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be exciting. Just taking a look here at the rest of the field. What do we got here? Gavin. We got Harrison's out here. Brayton Lassiter. Brett, Bill Colley, Josh Osborne, Gavin Hibbs. We saw him have that wreck earlier. He's starting at the back over here. Presley Sora. So once again, Nick, it's time for race picks and who you got.
Yeah, I think it's going to be hard to pick against those top two, Alex McCollum and Chase Cabre. I don't know. I think it's a toss-up between either of them. You know what? I'm gonna think outside the box here. I'm gonna go with third place, Jeffrey Stanton.
Now, I do recall when I worked this set of races the last time, Chad Frankenfield was pretty good over here. So I am going to take Chad to get it done. Chase and Alex weren't there, so we'll see what happens as that pace car pulls off.
And take the green here. I'm not sure what the up with the lap counter. Oh, there we go.
Race had to start.
Yeah, I was showing 2 laps in already. I was like, we already got technical. But here we go.
Yeah, here we go. They're off. They're going to be flying around here. Wow, big move
Oh.
there.
Jeffrey Stanton getting a little sideways there. Cold tires.
Man, look at how much of these guys are barely out of the throttle down here, huh? Flying around this place, all lined up. It's not quite the dramatic racing we saw in the Freedom 100.
And I think passing is probably gonna be pretty difficult. You know, Lucas Oil, usually a pretty top heavy track, top dominant track, and tires start to wear here. Or until they start to wear, it's gonna be tough making.
And you can call this IRP if you want. You know, I think it still says it on the wall in a couple places. I remember this was IRP, it was KRP when Kroger paid for the sponsorship rights, and now Lucas Oil. You know, it's been a lot. It's like worldwide technology, man. It's still Gateway to me. I still call it Gateway all the time. Either way, the race is coming up there in St. Louis, so get your tickets. First caution.
Nick DeGroot maybe back here somewhere. Road. See if we can see what happened. Oh, all by himself. Getting a little loose.
It's not. I don't see any clouds either. I don't think it's raining. Well, so far so good. Oh no.
Oh.
Luckily for him, though, everybody did miss him, and it looks like, did we have some guys just not start?
It looks like a couple guys just opted not to maybe just run practice, or 15th on back there. Brian Latt, Gavin Hibbs, Harrison Allen, Presley Sora. Gavin Hibbs and Sora running real well in Freedom 100 about an hour ago. Kind of surprised they didn't run.
Yeah, and this would be a great race for Harry down there. You know, it's always fun when Harry shows back up and gets out there and mixes it up with these boys, so. Either way, Alex is still out there. Chase is out there leading our front 4, 5, 6 cars. Still running about where they started.
Yeah, actually the top 7, Chris, are all running in the same spot where they started, so. Biggest mover so far has been Josh Osborne. I think, even though we're a short way in, I think passing already proved a bit difficult.
I'm sorry, what was that? Did you say something to me?
Oh, no, I was just talking about how, even though it's a short way in, passing.
Oh yeah, it looks like passing is going to be way difficult tonight. You know, with all the throttle time, we'll see what happens with tire wear. The more cautions they have, the harder it's going to be, because you're not going to get a chance to wear those tires out. We going green this time, or we got another lap still?
They got one more.
Man, oh man, pace car's been out here forever, it feels like.
Yeah, they had a lot of track cleanup. They had to fix the wall in the backstretch right there. A lot of work by the track crew here, Lucas Oil / IRP.
It looks like they're doing a good job with it back there, though. So all cleaned up, ready to go. Ready to see some more action here. Some exciting action. As you can see, this big gap here, going to come around. Going to have to close that gap up there just a little bit. Or I would think they're going to want to close that gap up there between first and second. Quite the gap there Chase is leaving. On the loud pedal, though. Down into 1, right there behind him again. front three got some separation. The battle's on for fourth, though. Chad's got the 6 looking underneath him. Can't quite make that pass. Excuse me, the 4. Did I say the 6? Well, wait, is it... What's that car there? Is that the 5, the 6, the 4? I'm seeing a bunch of different numbers there.
Well, yeah, his pace scheme shows the 4, but that is the 5 of Julian Valadez.
So I pulled the 6 out of thin air.
4, 5, 6. Throw them all out there.
Battle's on, well, trying to be on here for second.
Strung out right now.
Doesn't look like anybody can run really around the bottom. Everybody's running up there, well up the racetrack, keeping that momentum up.
Yeah, this is the closest battle on track at the moment. Second here. Peace and my pick to win.
And I'll tell you this, if they're making time around here in 13, 14, 15 seconds, we're about to be into lap traffic here real quick and in a hurry. Bill pitted. So no traffic there just yet. It's still about 6 seconds or so to that next car. Chase? You think Chase is saving a little something, backing up on purpose, or do you think he just can't get any closer to Alex right now? Oh, maybe he just can't get any closer because it looks like he was really doing some sawing on the wheel right there.
I don't know, these top two guys, I mean, we see it in the Xfinity here, in the Elite Xfinity.
The Rebilas Photography Series?
Yes, thank you.
Rebilas?
Yeah,
Mark Series over there, the Mark Series.
Yeah, we see them kind of, you know, save tire and kind of run in the top 5 all the time. You know, get up a couple spots, save some tire, and make a hard charge later. So Chase might be doing that right now, kind of give half a second buffer to Alex. Here.
Well, I do know this, that 94 machine is all over him, and I think that's the best paint scheme in this race, is that 94 machine. I think that's a great looking car.
Oh,
we got... Oh!
Who was that?
Oh, and the 94's in it. Man, oh man.
Yeah, that was, I'm surprised that caution didn't come out sooner, because we had somebody sitting on the lid down there.
Yeah, somebody was just hanging around.
Bill Colley.
He just pitted.
Good to hear. It looks like he just had a little contact with the wall. Josh Odd.
Yeah, it doesn't look like
You're
it's
gonna
Bill.
rewind that. I wonder if it was part of the same. Josh Osborne. Oh, he's out of shape coming out of 4.
Oh man.
Kind of bounced off the flag stand. The flag guy didn't even throw a yellow. Oh,
Look at him still up in the catch fence. What kind of physics are these here?
here come the leaders. He's sitting there a good 5 seconds or so with no yellow.
Yeah, we got to tow. Like, why are we not towing?
And yeah, and there goes my pick.
Yeah, that's something there, you know, we got to tow. Like, you sit there that long with leaders coming, you're not driving that back. Like, you got to tow. Like, you can't sit there that long. That's one of those things that's kind of unacceptable. And I don't think Jeffrey ever seen him.
That's hard to see.
I mean, we seen him because we knew where to look. If you're going down the front stretch, if we see this again, we see that car sitting there upside down. But if you're Jeffrey, you're looking at the guy in front of you. You're thinking about the next corner. Caution's not out, you know. So he doesn't know to look for something. But, like, we see him right here. You know, we see him this far out, and you're like, man, why didn't he see him? But it's like, we're still under green. He's looking at the car in front of him. He's not looking for a wreck, you know. Or a car upside down with wheels up.
Yeah, I wouldn't be expecting that either as they're coming around 140 miles an hour diving into turn 1.
I mean, how bad is the damage on that 94? Might he be okay? I have no idea.
He's still out here.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he might be okay. Might not be okay. That was a crazy wreck, though.
A lot of flips, and pace car lights are still on, so we're gonna another pace lap here.
Yes, I'll finish what I was saying earlier. You know, we got Gateway coming up, Worldwide Technology Raceway. You know, out in St. Louis. Their race weekend for NASCAR is coming up, and so if you're a NASCAR fan, get out there for that weekend of activity. And if you're not, well, the NHRA comes to town at least once a year. They got the drags out there. The IndyCar boys come to town. Always a great event for IndyCar. Maybe the best event all season for IndyCar outside of, you know, everybody puts the Indianapolis 500 on a pedestal, including IndyCar themselves. You know, it's a big event, and they treat it as such. So, but Gateway is always a great race out there, and so go check your tickets. Go get your tickets out. You know, before they're sold out. They might already be sold out. You might be too late. I mean, we're like, what, a month out from that race there, Nick? So it might be too late if you're trying to get to the NASCAR race.
It looked like the crowd was pretty big there last year. It put on a good show too, so. Pace car's off. Alex McCollum gonna lead him down. Loud pedal, taking the green. Great jump, about half a second jump.
Yeah, we saw that last time too. We saw him get way out there, and ooh, Chad had to lift there a little bit. Yeah, Chad lifted, and the 4-5 car there did not get checked up. But that might be a way, you know, maybe that's a ploy to save the tire. Because if the right front tire's off the ground, you're not burning it up.
I want to confuse you even more, Chris. There's two of them. Looks like Valdez, and then not far behind him, Gavin Newton running the same paint. Here comes that 94, making the pass for 6th here. Gavin Newton. Yeah, every sentence damage not bad after all.
I seen Gavin go down there across the apron for the first time. It's the first time I seen somebody do that, and it looked like it was pretty slick coming back up the track. Nope, and that might break something. Something might be broken in that car. Maybe not.
Yeah, he's out of shape still.
Well, after you hit something and you bend something, it takes you a few laps to figure out exactly where it's bent and how bad it is. Yeah, that looks like it might be bent out of shape a little bit. What do you think?
He's working pretty good in there.
Yeah, he's running way down the track there. It's hard, you know, it's hard to go up there and run the top. But I think if he runs this lane, it might be a little easier to drive. You know, a little easier on him. A lot of times when you come back up the hill or you turn across the whole racetrack and you come back across the whole racetrack, that's what, you know, really upsets the handling of the car. Oh, Houdini.
Jeffrey again making the pass, cracking the top 5. A lot of guys looking. Valdez there for 4th.
And Nick, we got just 21 laps to go. That race for the lead's getting pretty tight. Oh, caution.
We got another yellow.
Is it Ultra? Is it Newton?
Might have been Newton. Right here. They were talking about it. Something was broke on that car, and it might have finally got him. Was.
He's all by himself coming out of 4. Oh,
yeah.
Just runs out of racetrack. Hey, but he doesn't. Look at that. Keeps her going. Not sure who that black car was that was way down by him. Almost hit him, but that would have been unfortunate. That might have been Ultra that came down that close to him. Oh, look at that thing just pushing.
Get tight, Chris? Or?
Oh, I think it's tight. I think it's got a lot to do with the wheel,
Look at him
with
sawing
the
on it.
toe. I think the toe was messed up. I think he had hit the wall again after we went away from him, because that did not look like it wanted to turn at all.
A lot of guys thought it was we were watching farther up in the field, out for top 5 or so. All coming off. Cars are just pushing out of the corner.
Yeah, and what happens when you start pushing, Nick? You know, it's kind of like New Hampshire. Once you're pushing tight through the middle and you got all that wheel in it, all at once, it catches, and you're completely sideways. And to the naked eye, it might look, you know, and to somebody who might not realize what's going on in those race cars and what you're having to do, you might say, oh, that guy's really loose. Look at him. He can't get off the corner because he's so loose. Well, a lot of times he's loose because he's so tight through the middle of the corner. He's got all that wheel in it. You're trying to play with the throttle to get it to take a bite. And once it takes a bite, a lot of times it, you know, takes a big bite. So we're going to restart here. I'm guessing around 15 to go.
Oh, we got a wreck under yellow.
Oh, this ain't good.
What happened to Valdez? What in the world? Riding up by the wall. I just saw him spinning like a top. Oh, man.
And right in front, the 94 has another one land right in his lap.
Oh, man. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that was a sort of glitch or if that happens in these cars, Chris, but that was odd to just kind of come to a complete stop.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I don't know.
I can't
That
say
was-
I've seen that before.
That was one of them things. And I think we're going to go green this time with exactly 15 to go. Field is going to work their way down the back stretch. Alex has led every lap. Chase was finally starting to drive up to the back of him there, and the caution came out, so we'll have to see if Chase has still got it in him.
Got a better jump that time. Able to stay right with him.
Another time, you know,
Oh,
Chad
we got another crash back here. It's like Brandon Ultra, Gavin Newton, maybe.
And there's the pace car.
What happened? At Brandon, or sorry, looking at Gavin Newton. Or who it started with here. Oh,
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was legal. You know, I don't know about the rules there. He passed to the inside before the line. And if it's not legal, apparently it's frowned upon because Brandon Ultra kind of hung a left on him. Or no, that's not Brandon Ultra. Who hung the left? I'm not sure who's driving that car. Oh, Brandon with the unfortunate event.
car. That's not it. That's not it. That's not what we want.
Who is that right there? That
One car. I don't know. I'm not sure who that is. Trying to figure it out.
well, whoever that is, kind of hung a left. Said, you know, I'm not going to let you pass me to the left.
Oh, that was Mark Rebilas.
Yeah, Mark said, no, sir. You're not passing me on my left right there.
not even running a number on his car. He didn't want it. He didn't want us to figure out who it was.
Yeah, I guess not, right?
Laps winding down quickly here. Line him up, ready to go again. Let's see if Chase is able to get a good start. Chad up there in third now.
Pretty decent start for the front two, for the front three. Chad's really trying to take a look. Chad trying to win the first 2 in a row here. He's going to have to figure out how to do it, getting from third, because he's been running in third ever since that 94 had his issue. And just 10 to go. Chase trying to give it his all there, trying to win this race. Look how low Chase is getting right there. Just looking for grip. I don't know, Nick. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to make this pass. I mean, we could sell it like they do on the broadcast, but we know with the dirty air, it's not going to happen. And right now, these lap times are too close. Even if Chase is a little better, we got to change for third. Ooh, Chad's got an issue. Big issue for Chad here. Something's going on with Chad. He had to have hit the wall and broke something.
Wind it real quick. See how he lost all those spots. Popped up on the...
There it is. He hits the wall out of 4.
Oh,
or
yep,
halfway down the
there it
front
is.
stretch.
I think he's just kind of out of control coming out of the corner. And these guys are overcorrecting or have to go off the track to catch it.
Well, depending on who you ask, Chad's always out of control, even when he says he's in control, you know. You talk to the right people, or the wrong people.
But look who's in third, Chris.
Yeah, but I don't think he's going to get there.
After all the damage, worked his way back up to P3. Yeah, it's pretty much a 2-horse race now, unless we got a yellow. If Chase has anything
Or that
for
could be
him.
the yellow, you know.
That very could be. Fortner making a pass on Chad back here. Dix.
Oh, caution. Is that going to end the race?
I'm not sure. I don't know if they're green white checkers, to be honest with you. Like maybe Gavin Newton.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh.
I think that's Brent Baldeck right there that he made contact with. Yep. Looks like Brett maybe had to get out of gas a little bit or something coming on the backstretch because Gavin kind of just ran up all in a hurry.
Yeah, not ideal there. Yeah, I think he about hit the wall, I think, and he was trying to catch it, and
Kind of the same thing that happened to Chad and a lot of these guys. They're kind of having to catch it like halfway down the straightaway. I know the straightaways aren't very long here.
are they going green? Did they do a quickie yellow?
Yes,
They did.
Going back green.
3 to go. That tells me there's no green white checker, so if there's another caution, you will not be able to have a quickie yellow. Another caution will end this race.
Thinking, you know what oil's good for, Chris?
What's that?
Slide jobs.
Well, I don't know if you're lifting enough to have a big slide job. You're just going to have to send it. You're going to have to really commit. At 94, look at him all over the back of these two. I think if Chase is going to do it, I think Chase is going to wait until the last lap into 3. Next time into 3, that's where Chase is going to do it. If he's going to do it.
Gonna take the white flag. All bets are off.
What are you willing to do to try to win? This is just a special event.
That's for $10, Chris. What are you gonna do for $10?
Chase with the big... Nah, that was a
Can't
half
get there.
send. That was a half send. He didn't really send it.
Alex McCollum. Take the checkered flag here. 50.
I'm disappointed in Chase. I wanted to see a big send down there. He should have just sent it down there and Carl Edwards style at Kansas there about what 15 years ago. The wall will catch you on the other side, right?
Yeah, video game move, right?
Yeah, and we're on a video game.
I don't know if it works though without any fenders.
I'll tell you this: as hard as it was to pass, if I'd have been in Chase's shoes, I'd have found out. I would have been able to give you a definite answer after it was over. I'd have said, "Man, that didn't work at all," or "Man, I can't believe that worked." Needless to say, though, great run there for Alex and Chase. Ran first and second all the race. Alex led every lap. Great recovery for the 94 machine. Unfortunate night for a lot of guys who ran into trouble and but we're halfway done with this night right now, Nick, right? Who was the big sponsor for this race? Who helped make this race happen?
That we are, and I don't believe race sponsors. Right, Chris? All the sponsors.
Well, I see Blue Egg on the screen, They are the marketing department for small business. Worldwide Technology. Okay, yeah, I was looking up some stuff on that. There are still tickets available for June 1st and 2nd. And did you know that there's a concert this year, Nick?
I did not. Who's gonna play? Do you know?
Yeah, your race ticket is your concert ticket. They're going to have Ludacris, T-Pain, Riley Green.
Pretty
And
stacked
then
lineup.
And then on June 2nd, they're going to have Adam Wainwright, Big and Rich, Gretchen Wilson, Cowboy Troy, Tim Duggar, Brittany Spencer. So there you go. Full weekend of action, racing, and concerts. All that, I'm sure, weather permitting, of course. So hopefully there's no rain and we see some great racing. And then the people that are there to see that great racing can see some great concerts.
Yeah, it's a pretty great lineup. I would go if I were look a bit closer. A little bit of a trip for me. Definitely get your money's worth.
100%. And we got the results here. Looks like, like we talked about, Alex getting the win over Chase. Then we got Jeffrey and Valdez and Hunter Smith, Chad Frankenfield, Fortner, Mark Rebilas there in 8th. And then we got, I can't read that name there in 9th. Nick, you want to pick that up?
Yeah, we got Brett Baldeck in 9th, Gavin Newton 10th, Brandon Ultra 11th, Josh Osborne, Bill Colley.
Huh? Maybe they'll be in the next one.
Maybe we will.
Oh, and I think there's one more sponsor we haven't talked about. We haven't talked about Warriors for Peace, and I think you got that over there with you somewhere, right?
Oh yeah, series sponsor Warriors for Peace. We did not mention yet. Shout out to them coming on sponsoring our series foundation, peaceful change in the world. Honor the life of Jack Shockley, so check them out. For Peace, that's .org. Chris, I believe 50 in the USF 1000 car. 5. Quick break and right back. I'll line them up and run it again.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Soil Raceway here in Indianapolis. We are here, Freedom 50 lap race here tonight in the USF 2000 cars.
Yeah, and this is our third race of the night. So far, we have Chad and Alex as our winners. Now we get to crown another winner, or maybe it'll be one of those guys winning a second race of the night. As we see the sun is gone for this race here on Carb Day. Should be a great event here. A little bit bigger race cars here than the sprint cars, but we're still going to be flying around this little short track.
Take a look at the starting grid for this 50 lap heat race. Feature, I should say. Julian Valdez up there on the pole position. Chase Cabre in second. Chad Frankenfield third. Ethan Stanley and then for tonight in the fourth position. Hunter Smith in fifth. Alex McCollum in sixth. Braden Laster seventh. Brandon Ultra eighth. Mark Rebilas in ninth. Brett Baldeck in 10th. And Josh Osborne 11th. Only 11 cars in this one, Chris.
Yeah, a lot of guys have already wrecked too many times tonight. Got that CTE going on. Yeah, we had those sprint cars, and there was some of them that did some tumbling.
Yeah, a lot of bouncing off the wall in that one.
Don't want to bounce off the wall in this, though. I don't think this car is going to be forgiving. I think if you bounce off the wall in this car, it's going to be pretty rough.
Lights are out on the pace car. Who's your pick before we get going tonight, Chris? I think we're 0 for 2 so far. None of us have picked the winner yet. And the green flag is out. Got Valdez clearing for the lead.
Everybody trying to get in line, figure out where the fast line is, how hard it's going to be to make a pass. Looks like you need all that racetrack there.
Side by side for fourth here. Hunter Smith trying to make the move down low on Ethan Stanley. Gonna make it work.
Ooh, that was close right there. That was a tight squeeze.
These guys going right to the bottom, Chris. I wonder if that bottom's gonna be come in play.
I'll tell you, that white car went right to the wall. I don't know who's driving that, but he is having a terrible start to this race.
Oh, contact.
Oh, and it's gonna get even worse.
I believe that's the 07. No, it's not. Sorry, that's the 91. Ethan Stanley.
That is not the start of this race that he was looking to have.
Be Alex McCollum making the pass on the bottom. Gonna try to slide up in front of Hunter Smith. Hunter's gonna try to cross him over.
It's gonna go all the way to the bottom, try to get the grip to slide all the way up. It's not gonna be clear. It looks like if you go down there to make the pass, you better get it done in one corner or else it's not gonna get done. Here we are, racing for the lead.
Battle for second here. We got Chad Frankenfield on the inside. Chase there for second.
Not quite enough. He is trying to work that bottom. Now we see him following him through the corner. Here goes Chase with the look. Four cars separated from everybody else.
Looking back at the battle here for 7th and 8th. Ethan Stanley trying to get to the inside of Brandon Ultra. That black 9 team.
Yeah, it just looks like it's really hard to get that pass completed. Ethan needs all the racetrack, doesn't have it. It looks like Brandon's trying to make him run right around the bottom. And
Got Chase diving for the lead. Can try to slide up.
slide job right there, and that's going to bring Chad into this picture.
Valdez is going to try to get him right back here. And there goes Chad. Bottom shot, 3 wide. Oh, contact.
Contact, big wreck. Oh, no. Chad trying to send it Chad wide. Oh, man.
Yeah, our 2 leaders were crossing over each other, and Chad saw the opportunity with a run here. Him kind of late bottom shot. I don't think he's quite able to make a stick down there, and kind of just washed up. Caught the side of Chase. I'm sorry, caught the.
We're really lucky that that was only 2 cars.
Yeah, happening right at the front of the field. Oh, barely missed him on the outside there. But yeah, that's gonna take our 2 leaders out of this one early. The 3 car of Chase and 7 of Valdez. I don't think Julian even saw this one coming at all until it was too late.
Yeah, I think what happened there is Chad thought he could just drive to the bottom and get clear, slide up, and then get stopped. But the car in the middle had the same idea about driving down in there. And here we are on board with Chase, and he doesn't see anything until the car lands right in his lap. Absolutely incredible.
Oh, see the 3 car. Chase maybe not too happy. They're pulling up alongside Chad under yellow.
I think you just
Without
watch
a
Chad
wheel.
take a look at his right front. He says, Chad, how much damage do I have? Is it going to be all right? Can I still win with this? Oh. Oh. Not ideal. I'd say some of them boys are going to be pretty frustrated right now with Chad.
And not even a quarter way into this one, Chris, and we're already down quarter of the field.
But hey, listen, man. We talked about it earlier in that first race when Chad lifted out of 4 wide, and we were surprised. I am not at all surprised by Chad taking that stamp, licking that stamp, and just sending it down into 3. And that's the Chad we know and we love when we're in the booth. Now, if I was one of those 2 cars, I would not love it. But up here, it makes for great content.
And I know the that 31 machine at Alex McCollum is buddies with Chase, so if he
Without fenders, what are you going to do? That's going down a tricky road without fenders. I'm surprised Chad's okay, because that was a pretty heavy hit there for him on his right side.
Sixth here, Ethan Stanley again trying to get to the bottom of Brandon Ultra. Make it work. Stanley up to the top 5.
Yeah, and he had a terrible start, but here he is now, clawing his way back. All over the back of here for P4 as this race is taking on a completely different look there after that incident.
They're losing another spot. Trying to get it back. Josh Osborne in the yellow and white 07 right there. Shell machine.
Oh,
man. I don't know how he kept that out of the wall. I thought he was for sure going to hit that.
Yeah, I think both of us had that pucker factor going on right there. And there goes Ethan Stanley trying to move into the next spot.
Get by the 13 of Brayton Laster there, so put Ethan up to 4th now. We took him a couple laps to figure it out.
Yeah, or maybe it was something to do with just saving the right front there, running that, that lane. Maybe save some tire at the short run. Who knows? Maybe we'll get a chance to talk to him and ask him about it after this thing. As you see, this race has dwindled down to just 9 cars. Here's a big battle, another send here, trying to make this pass. This is a battle for what, 6th, I believe?
Yep. Josh Osborne trying to get that spot back from Brandon Ultra.
And you got Ethan Stanley closing in on these leaders right now too. Alex sitting there half a second back.
We got some funky stuff going on with the scoring pylon right now. I don't know what the...
Oh, contact! Maybe they're saying take it away, right? That's what all the real tracks are doing, taking away these pylons.
Yeah. We don't need a scoreboard, right?
I guess not. Look at your phone, right?
We'll have...
Look away from the racetrack and watch on your phone.
We'll have Chad live tweet the results every lap.
It looks like Alex is closing up, but look at this. Big send, not clear. Oh, one in the wall.
Now it's pretty much identical to what we saw with our leaders there.
That car, yeah, I was going to say that car is no way that's going to turn when they get down. That car is...
Where's our leaders going to be here?
That car is not good. Might want to park it. It's not going to turn any better down here, I promise. I promise it's broke. Oh, he's trying, man. He's trying, but I don't think it's going to happen for him. Now, this might be a situation he might run around here until the car he deems at fault gets back beside him and maybe some fireworks as you see him work by the leaders. I think we got to keep a cam on this guy. I don't know if he's going to pit. Maybe he thought better of it. What do you think, Nick? You think he was thinking about it?
Yeah, I don't have in-race radio turned on, but I imagine some nice things were being said.
How do you know? It might have been nice things. He might have said, hey, man, you want to go get dinner tomorrow? I'll be over there to pick you up for breakfast.
Meet down at Applebee's, right? At Applebee's.
Yeah, meet down at Applebee's.
But yeah, you see Alex McCollum closed back in on our leader, Chad Frankenfield. If he has anything for him,
Well,
just
I
pass
mean,
halfway.
we haven't seen a clean pass yet tonight, have we? You've had to just send it and
Nah,
use that.
Ethan's worked. Ethan actually made the pass for third. Turned third. I don't know if we missed that or not, or caught it though.
Well, I think he might have did that when we were talking about the incident on track there. But Ethan's way far back. He's going to need these guys to... He's going to need something here. I don't think he's going to run them down without the aid of a caution or them to get racing. Alex might be just sitting here biding his time. And I don't know. It takes a lot of patience to bide your time when you think you can pass a guy. And like you said, Chad kind of took his teammate out, so I don't think he's going to try to make contact, right? Like, I don't think it's going to be something where he's, like, thinking, I'm going to run into Chad. But I think he's thinking, hey, when it gets into the spot and I have to try to make this pass for the lead, you know, if I have to take a little bit of racetrack and run him into something, yeah, so be it. I saw him do it to somebody else. You know what I mean? I think that's the situation that Alex is in right now, is if he has to, so be it. But he's not going to do it thinking he's going to make contact or trying to make contact. You think that's fair, Nick?
I think so.
Not the contact, but just my take on it. You know, I just think that's what a driver thinks, is like, he didn't hit me, so I'm not just going to hit him. But if we make contact, we make contact. You know, it's going to be very interesting. I think they're pulling away from Ethan Stanley, so he's not even catching them. You know, Ethan's not going to have a shot at this without the aid of a caution. I mean, they will. Are they going to get into some traffic? They got Mark out in front of them here. If Mark's out in front of him and he's listening, run the high side, Mark. Don't give him the lane. Oh, Alex in the wall! Oh, man. That's something you cannot afford to do. Did he get away with it? Did he break anything? And you know, this what just dawned on me here. These are the two guys that have won tonight, right? So they're both trying to add a second trophy for the night.
That is true.
Right now, it looks like Chad is got the upper hand. We saw Alec hit the wall there, and it doesn't look like he can get back to him. Does not look like he can do it. They work here off of turn number 4. Head down the front stretch.
I think lap traffic's from a factor in this, actually. Straight up. Battle to the end unless something happens.
Well, if we're going to get a battle, he's going to have to get there.
This is the closest battle on track at the...
Yeah, if it's going to be a battle, he's going to have to get there. He's going to have to figure it out. He's going to have to close up.
Actually, this is the closest battle on track. The battle for 7th. Brett Baldeck trying to hold off Mark Rebilas.
And this is not far in front of our leader, right?
No. They're about half a straightaway ahead.
And now here they go. They're going to get the race. And I don't know how close that these leaders are going to have to get. How close will Chad have to get before he starts feeling the effects of dirty air?
Oh, Mark.
Marks does a half spin. He's going to get back going, and there goes our 2 leaders. That could have been bad for the leaders if he'd have spun around, hit the wall, and been stuck there somewhere.
Yeah, we could have saw the same situation we did in the last race where we got a car flipped over sitting down there in turn 1 or 3. Dude, the interval has not changed much. I think it's just so hard to closer with the dirty air.
And here we are with just 6 to go. He's closing back up on Chad just a little bit. All it's going to take is... And I guess he's there, right? Looks like he's there. We didn't make race picks for this race, did we?
No, we did not.
I take Chad. I take Chad. You take Alex? Or do you want Chad? Alex might send it. I don't know.
He might. All for fun tonight. No points on the line for these guys. Just $10.
Well, it's for them dollar bills. Yeah, that's might be a big deal. Just 3 laps left here. Alex pushing all he can here. All right, what's it gonna be? They got that lap car out in front of him. Chad's gonna start feeling the effects of dirty air if he's not already. Like, Chad should be feeling that dirty air. It's gonna be making him a little bit tighter.
Could get interesting here. Chad hasn't really had dirty air all night.
Right now, if I know Chad, I know he is begging this guy. Let us go. Let both of us go. Chad follows him right through the corner. That's going to make him push off of 2. Alex going to close right up on the back here. We're going to be looking at the white flag this time. Alex, I think, is going to have to get a little bit closer to really have a shot to send it. I don't think you can send it from that far back. He's going to have to make up about another car length here. I just don't think he's close enough. It just wasn't close enough to do it.
Chad Frankenfield is going to win 2 or 3 so far tonight.
Alex takes number 2, but the guy I'm looking at for number 4 already, Chase, is going to be pretty determined to get out there and do something in there in number 4. Ethan Stanley, we talked about him, going to come home 3rd. Hunter Smith, got Lassiter there rounding out the top 5. Chad's going to burn it down. Well, he's going to try to burn it down. Oh! Big contact there. Oh, big contact some more. Not sure what all that was about.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
Maybe some frustration.
Could be. The results here.
Yeah, Chad and Alex ran away from it 4.5 seconds nearly over Ethan Stanley, Hunter Smith, Lassiter, Osborne, Baldeck, Rebilas, Ultra, and then we got Chase and Valdez. Is that right? It's very hard to see this on Discord.
Yeah, 7th place Brett Baldeck, 8th place Mark Rebilas, 9th place Brandon Ultra, 10th place Chase Cabre, and 11th place in Valadez. 2 lead. I wouldn't say wiped out, but incidental contact with the 15.
They got Franken-nerfed. There we go. We'll start another term. Franken-nerfed. It's a new term. What do you think? Think it'll stick?
We can try. Do you,
try.
Do you think it happens enough to make it a term?
I mean, Chad Wide stuck. So, Chad Wide right into a Franken-nerf.
Did. But as we wait here, just want to give another shout out to our sponsors, Worldwide Technology Raceway, as Chris mentioned already. Check them out, racing facility in Madison, Illinois. Blue Egg Marketing, as always, longtime sponsor here. Beat Racing. The marketing department for all your small business needs. Check them out, Blue Egg Marketing. Help you grow your business. And then the series sponsor, of course, Warriors for Peace. Foundation promoting peace and change in the world. Check them out at warriorsforpeace.org. Great cause.
Yeah, definitely a great cause. All of these wonderful sponsors, we couldn't do it without them. Couldn't get all this going without all these great sponsors. I'm not sure if we're going to hear from Chad this race or not. We already talked to him once. He might not want to come up and talk to us again. He might be down there too busy trying to get down to Chase and being like, "Hey man, I'm sorry."
Little damage control.
Yeah, because you got to race him again here in 15 minutes, right?
He's already got the $20 though. I mean, I think Chad made out pretty good tonight so far.
Yeah, we'll see.
As we got one more coming up for you guys in about half hours. I'm sorry, at 9:30, about 15 minutes time. The Freedom 75 again here at Lucas Oil in the Indy Pro 2000s. Run on 75 laps instead of 50, so should be a good one. Be exciting. Could see a couple Chad wide moves, I'm sure. Maybe some payback. Jason Julian, who knows? But join us here in about 15. Hello, everybody, and welcome back here to Good Oil Raceway. Here for the Freedom 75 here, the Indy Pro 2000 cars. I am joined again, maybe temporarily, by Chris right up here in the booth. Chris, how you doing? You got some naders in the area, I hear?
Yeah, we're under a tornado warning, but I think we're good. I think it's moving away from me. It's down the road, but we'll see what happens. Nonetheless, it should be an exciting race right here. Last one of the day, Chad Frankenfield's gotten 2 out of 3. Although that last race, he did Franken nerf somebody, so we'll see what happens here. Pretty small field here for this race, too, so it should fly by without many cautions. But that might be the kiss of death right there, what I just said, so.
You look at our starting lineup, only 9 cars in this one. You got Ethan Stanley on pole, Chad Frankenfield second, Gavin Newton third, Hunter Smith fourth, Mark Rebilas in fifth, Josh Osborne, Brandon Ultra, Harrison Talon, Brett Baldeck.
Is Harry actually out here? He was here earlier and he didn't start the race.
I said he's out here. He's out here rolling around.
That's my pick to win right there. Go get it done, Harry.
I'm gonna pick Mark. Here we go. Green flag is out. Chad Frankenfield with a great jump on Ethan. Ethan didn't get going well at all.
And we saw that last race out of Ethan. He did not take off very well, and then he kind of came back to third, but he was too far behind to get back to those 2 leaders. And even then, he wasn't outpacing them, but he had given up a lot of time.
Yeah, well, I got the inside scoop after the race. I went down there in pit road and talked to Ethan, figured out what happened. Sounds like he had an important phone call. He dropped the green flag on that one, had to take it, so he was kind of all over the place.
That's why you don't drive and talk on the phone right there.
Very true, very true.
And just like that, we are already working lap 3, coming around to work lap 4. These guys getting pretty strung out, spread out.
These cars are a little bit quicker than the cars we just ran there at USF 2000s. And about half a second quicker. Thinking tire fall off might come into play here, especially a little bit longer distance for 75 laps versus 50.
Yeah, I don't think they have any tires to put on the car, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we brought tires here. I don't believe so.
Nonetheless, right now it's Chad Frankenfield and Ethan Stanley running 1-2. Chad once again with another great looking scheme, looking throwback right here. So what's Ethan thinking here, Nick? Is he just waiting, biding his time? Could he pass? Can he not pass? What do you think?
I think long way to go. I think Ethan's kind of going to sit there and feel Chad out how hard he's pushing. Got a battle back here for 5th. Josh Osborne, Gavin Newton side by side, and right behind them Brandon Ultra, Brett Baldeck side by side. But Gavin's going to make that pass now. And my pick is not looking good, Chris. My pick is already out of the race.
That's not ideal for Mark. I mean, my pick's got to pick it up. Harry's got to get going here. He's already 6.5 seconds back. Harry's got to find the gas pedal, find that other gear. And laps in, just 65 to go. These 4 cars here, slicing and dicing, mixing it up.
Oh, in the wall. Josh Osborne, 07. He got that pretty good. I'd imagine that car has got to be hurt. Oh,
it's pushing again. Yeah, he's off pace now. He's really struggling.
Ultra.
Looks like he is really struggling right here.
that pass back, though.
I think he scared everybody around him.
On the
Oh,
wall
he's up there in
again.
it again.
Oh, a little contact,
Oh.
too.
I don't know if I'd be doing that in these cars. He's going to hit it again. Oh,
I don't think I've ever seen a bump and run in an Indy car, Chris. Have you?
well, this is not exactly an IndyCar, is it, right? It's like something else?
I'm sorry, yeah, the Indy Pros. Well, in an open wheel car in general, I don't think I've ever seen a bump and run. Oh,
Yeah,
right
I don't
there.
even know if it was intentional.
It worked.
It
So-
did, but as Osborne is really struggling. Like, he is really struggling. I think the first time he hit the wall, he bent something, and ever since then, he's doing a whole lot of hoping that it turns before they come off the corner.
You see your pick, Harry, trying to work his way around him. 7th spot. Back to the battle for the lead. Nothing really changed there. Ethan trying to make it work on the bottom. And I thought they were going to make contact.
Yeah, Ethan trying to poke his nose out just a little bit.
Trying to get that clean air downforce on the front of that thing. But they're both running identical lines around here.
Yeah, I just don't know if Ethan could actually make this pass or what the deal is here. He made an attempt and now he's backed off a little bit.
Back here, the battle for 7th and 8th. Harry's still trying to get around Josh Osborne. Looks like he's got it. Oh, Osborne coming back almost in the grass.
Almost. I think he was. It definitely drove through the grass.
And he tried to cross him back over. He used all the track and then some down there going into turn 3.
Osborne is really struggling right now, and he's just trying to find a line that maybe gives him some speed, but
Yeah, getting pretty strung out now. A lot of fairly large gaps now between all our drivers. About a second, 2 seconds. So you're looking at the closest battle on track right now. Battle for the lead. Right on board with Ethan. See if they're, I'm assuming they got to be shifting.
yeah, I think you're shifting. You're definitely, yeah, there it is. You see the downshift. Look how much that thing's pushing on corner exit. I'd imagine they got tools to play with, tools to use. Trying to mess with, I'm guessing you can mess with weight jacker and stuff. If not, you know, my bad on saying that you can. I don't drive these open wheel cars. I just know that every one of them I've been in, you can mess with some different tools that we don't have in the stock car side, Nick. If we burn something up, we gotta just figure it out with the pedals.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I've never driven these cars as well, so I'm in the same boat there. I've only driven the Indy cars. Couple battles brewing up back here, back in the field. Harry
These
again.
two,
Harry and Brandon Ultra back here.
I'm gonna tell you, those front two have driven off and left everybody else sitting.
It's hard to read on the ticker, but it's about a 3-second gap back to third place, Hunter Smith.
10 seconds to fourth. If it stays green, they're going to be lapping up to fourth in the next 15 or 20.
For fourth here, Gavin Newton trying to hold off Brett Baldeck.
The race is on. The battle is on. The final race of the day. The last race here before we get to the big event on Thursday here. All this is just your appetizer for the big Indy 500 Warriors for Peace sponsorship IndyCar Series coming up here on Thursday night. I believe 9 o'clock, right, Nick? Maybe 7:30, 8 o'clock. I'm not sure what time it is on Thursday, but the big event will be Thursday.
Gavin Newton in the wall.
And we saw Osborne do that, and then it just went worse, so. You see him giving himself a little bit extra room now. Oh yeah, he's up there in the wall again. These cars look the same.
This is
Now they look different.
The battle for 6 with Harry.
But you see coming at us, they look the same, just a different number.
They do.
And then you get them in the corner and you see the sides are quite a bit different. And they're coming up on somebody. Is that Newton, who's been in the wall a couple different times? Oh, they're going to split him.
Wow. Newton. And Indy 500 is confirmed 7:45 on Thursday.
There we go. See, look. Somebody was on the ball there. Somebody was looking. So there you go. Tune in 7:45 on Thursday night for the 500.
Door to door.
Harry's got the pass made. Top 5 for Harry. Top 5 for Harry. He just needs the front 4 to have an issue. And all of a sudden, Ethan Stanley, he's fallen off. Very typical of Ethan Stanley to have a great short run car and struggle on the long run, and that's where he sits right now. Oh, caution is out. Caution is out.
Sure where the caution is. Who it was? Maybe Josh Osborne. Take a look here. 7 of Josh Osborne.
Oh, that's not what you want to see. That looks like he was just ending his night, and that's going to upset the flow of the race, and that's something that is going to be very frowned upon by Chad and all the other admins. You do not want to see something like that when you're just frustrated and you're ready for your night to be over and to bring out a caution.
Just past the waypoint here. Again, just want to give a shout out to our sponsors. Warriors for Peace series sponsor here. Our series. Worldwide Technology Raceway. Again, Chris, as you mentioned, race coming up there, Cup Series. Yeah, I believe within a month. Check them out. Never been. As Chris mentioned, they got a ton of concerts and pre-race events going on, so definitely get your money's worth.
First weekend in June. First weekend in June. And tickets are still available. I went and looked. You can still get your tickets.
And of course, as always, Blue Egg Marketing. marketing department for small businesses. Grow your business, be your biggest fan. So check them out, Blue Egg Marketing. Well, Chris, we're gonna have a little bit of a re-rack here, a little bit about over halfway through this one. Do you think anybody has anything for Chad?
Man, without changing tires and what we've seen there, I felt like the only car that did have something for Chad was Ethan, and I feel like Ethan's burned his stuff up. But I'd like to see Harry get up there.
Yeah, he's been working his way up there. He's +3 right now. Started 8th, up to 5th.
He needs a little bit more. But I don't think so. I don't think anybody's going to be able to beat Chad. I think the only thing that's going to beat Chad right here is Chad.
I know you think so.
Yeah, and we've seen it this year. You know, like I said, I work a lot of the Thursday night stuff, and Chad beats Chad a lot of times. You know, with some of the situations that he finds himself in and whatnot. So it would not be any kind of crazy theory for Chad to be the guy that gets in his own way, but he's won 2 out of 3 tonight, looking for 3 out of 4, and it is definitely his race to lose right now. And as you can see, he is just driving away, and Harry takes 4th. Harry moves into 4th over there on the scoring monitor. Hey, what a story it would be if Harry could win one of these races tonight. Harry closing in there, looking for that podium finish. What do you think, Nick? What kind of odds are you giving Harry right now?
I don't know, he's got a top 5 run going. I think might have the best tires of the top 5 too. Now started kind of towards the rear a little bit, and take his time, biding his time, getting up through all that traffic.
There are just 30 laps to go, though, and these next few passes are going to be the hardest passes of the night. If he can drive up to him. Right now, it doesn't look like he's got the pace to drive up to him. Ethan Stanley already over a second behind Chad Frankenfield. We're down to just, 7 cars running out here?
Yeah, kind of getting a little strung out. Yep, just 7 cars out there right now. Chad's already pulled out to about a 1.5 second lead. Stanley.
Yeah, at what point do you think Chad might want to lay off for the gas pedal a little bit and just save a little? So, I mean, right now he's beating Stanley by 2 to 3, sometimes 4 tenths a lap. I mean, he is just murdering him right now.
Chad saving? Those ever been used in the same sentence together ever?
Hey, we did see him lift out of a 4 wide situation once tonight.
That is true.
But then we seen him send it Chad wide and Franken nerf a couple cars. So we've seen both the best of Chad and the worst of Chad tonight.
Very true.
But nonetheless, that car looks like it's sailing. And just like I told you at the start of the night, the last time I worked these broadcasts, I don't know if it was the last season or the season before, Chad was really, really good over here on this little short track. And so I am not at all surprised to see all the speed that Chad has tonight. And look at that thing, just absolutely flying. We don't have any scoring right now, but I am sure that this gap has opened up to nearly 3 seconds at this point.
One second here.
Oh, I believe we're working through some technical difficulties. Oh. There's Chad once again just driving away as the leader. 20 to go. And it is 3 seconds over. Look at that. He's still just...
Trying to fix that scoring pylon there. It's a little funky on me, so I tried to just reboot that real quick. And now we're good.
I mean, look at that. The number is constantly just going up. Somebody tell Chad to slow down a little bit. That's insane. Look at that number, Nick. You seeing that? Everywhere on the racetrack, the number just gets bigger and bigger.
And you see him there beating second place Ethan Stanley by 3/4 tenths, almost half a second a lap.
Yeah, somebody needs to tell him you don't need to. Oh, man. See, there it is, dude. Look at that. He's driving away, and he just about... You don't need to win by a mile. You just need to win by an inch. Getting into some of that dirty air now. Coming up on the lap car. Is that Brandon Ultra? Is that who that is? Yes. Absolutely incredible here. Chad's further away from that. I think Chad's backed down. He's still running faster lap times, but he's backed her down just a little bit.
Battle for third here. Harry trying to make the pass for third to Hunter Smith.
Driving right up on the back. It's the best run I've seen Harry have. Some people might question if it's Harry tonight. Look at that. Big pass for Harry. Great job. That's going to be a podium. 15 to go. And I think he could do it. I think he can catch Stanley. I don't know if anybody's got anything for Chad.
See what we got here. Let's see what kind of times Harry's running. Gonna be close.
I think Stanley's getting worse as we go. Like, I think if we were to have a conversation with Stanley right now, he'd be talking about how tight that is, how he's hurt the right front.
Harry beating him by 0.3 of a second, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, and we saw Chad almost hit the wall because he was trying to keep going. But now I think Chad's backed it down and he's still gaining like that. Look at that. Yeah, that Ethan Stanley machine is... She is not driving good right now.
Too. It's gonna be interesting to see if Harry can get there.
It's going to be hard because as you get to him, you're going to be in that dirty air, and that's going to make things really difficult. But with Stanley continuously falling off and getting worse, you know, that could come to his benefit there too.
Down to 10 to go. Chad up to a 9-second lead. Almost half a lap.
Yeah, Chad is absolutely cruising right now. I mean, just every lap is the fastest car on the racetrack.
I'm kind of wondering if we missed Stanley maybe hit the wall or something, because he kind of just fell off a cliff all of a sudden.
Well, I'll tell you, as a guy who broadcasts on Monday nights and whatnot every week, this is kind of expected. You know, we see Ethan Stanley, and you're his teammate, so I'm sure you've heard it. time and time again on these ovals where for 15 or 20 laps, Stanley is one of the fastest, if not the fastest guy, and then all of a sudden he just falls off a cliff. So this is kind of vintage Ethan Stanley. You know, this is what we see week in, week out. And Harry's closing up real quick here.
You see how much time he gains right there through the center off. Like, Ethan just can't get the power down, get out of the corner.
Yeah, and you see it right there. Like you said, center off. Gonna have a shot at him here.
Gonna have 5 laps to do it.
Yeah, look at that thing cut. Oh, it's gonna be an easy pass. It's not gonna be a difficult pass at all for Harry. Oh, he just about lost it on the transition. Even though, oh, and Stanley nearly in the wall. Harrison down to second. Man, I'm telling you.
I don't know,
Harry's
Chris.
not going to get there. He's going to need something to happen to Chad. But my, oh my. Actually, Chad's probably closer to his rear right now. Chad's probably just 5-6 seconds behind him. Yeah.
I don't know, Chris. You talked about your picks being kind of the kiss of death, but you might be starting to reverse that a little bit now. Harry having the run of his career.
Yeah, this is absolutely incredible. I think the curse is all but lifted. And I'll tell you, if something were to happen to Chad here, he's got that cat who's notorious for jumping up and causing some issues.
That is true.
We are one cat issue away from a Harry win tonight. Stanley, you know, he's barely going to stay on the lead lap.
They're going to take the white flag here, last lap of the night. Carb day. Chad Frankenfield trying to go for 3 for 4.
And that is Ethan Stanley right out in front of him, just about getting there to lap him.
Chad Frankenfield's going to go 3 for 4 on the night.
Where's Harry? We got to follow Harry home. Chad might have won 3 out of 4. Harry's the talk of the town for this one, though. What a performance by Harry.
Harry's going to bring it home. P2. Stanley. P3.
I think Harry did enough. I hope we get to see Harry racing in the Cup race on Wednesday. Chad burning it down. I know we didn't have many cars out here for this race. It was kind of lackluster as far as that goes, but man, oh man, Chad going 3 for 4. Big story here. He's still looking to try to win that 500 on Thursday. Obviously, that's the big prize that everybody wants. And then Harry, that's gotta be the story here that we run with for the next little while. Big showing there for Harry.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we wrap up the night, Chris, you have any picks for Thursday? The big event, Elite Indianapolis 500.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that low-hanging fruit. Maleshka gonna win the thing again. He's gonna get control. He's not gonna look back. It's gonna be his race on Thursday. And I think you can go ahead and mail that in. That's a W.
Mail it in. Is that a guarantee? A Charles Barkley guarantee?
That's a Chris Wright guarantee right there. Robert Maleshka gonna get that win again.
Well, alrighty. I'm gonna go with. That's tough. I'm gonna go with a previous winner of the big event, Johnny Thomas. I think Johnny's gonna get it done.
Well, where does Johnny start? Doesn't Johnny start pretty deep in the field?
It don't matter. It only matters where you finish, Chris.
Hey, man, I have ran one of these Indy 500s in the last couple of years, and where you start is in the neighborhood of where you're going to finish unless you catch some kind of crazy caution or something happens. Like it's passing, you know, everybody should tune in. It's going to be a great race. Passing is going to be super difficult. Like, it's going to be what we saw tonight in some of these races times a billion. But it's going to be very interesting. And you heard Chad talk about starting 15th and talking about how it's going to have to take some kind of strategy, some kind of situation, something going his way to get from 15th.
Yeah, it should be interesting for sure. But as we wrap up again, tune in 7:45 on Thursday. Actually, tomorrow we have the Cup race to start things off anyway. So tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. Cup Series takes on Talladega. And then Thursday, the big IndyCar event, Warriors for Peace Indycar Series, go big track down the street, Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the P500, 7:45 p.m. So check that out. And thanks again to all our sponsors: Worldwide Technology Raceway, Big Marketing, and the series sponsor, Warriors for Peace. Guys, back here tomorrow.
Hey, hang on. We can't wrap this up yet. We can't wrap it up yet.
And
we can't. We got Harry, and we're going to give him the floor. We got Harry up here with us, boys, and ran second tonight, Harry. You had great long run pace. Talk to us about your race, man, and it was so awesome. You were my pick to win this thing, believe it or not. It was so awesome to see you running up there, and hopefully you did enough tonight, maybe to get to race tomorrow night.
Yeah, I don't know about tomorrow night, but I had a lot of fun. Yeah, the long run pace was really good. Just decided to save tire for the first 20 laps of the race, and then as the rest of the race went on, just kept picking them off and stuff. And there were some really good battles throughout the field from myself and a couple others, but thankfully able to get P2. Thankfully was able to race tonight. Thank you to Chad and everybody. So yeah, it was a really fun race. So
Is this the start of the new Harry right here? We're going to see you battling for these wins and blowing Ethan Stanley's doors off again? That had to feel pretty good, right? To just blow past him like nothing?
It did. I passed oh man, I don't know everybody's names off the top of my head.
Yeah, you passed everybody but Chad tonight. You know, Chad was in his own little spot, but like we said there coming to the end, we were one little cat issue away from a Harry win, and we were rooting for it.
I know. I was like, dang. Hold on, if Chad maybe like gets a little quick disconnect or something, I'll steal one. But yeah, it was a great night. I'm really thankful for it. Was really surprised about how fast I ran down Stanley those last 5 laps. But it was really good. So.
Well, all right, Harry, before we let you jump out of here, we'll give you the floor here. Any sponsors you want to thank, shout out you want to give?
I don't know if I got any sponsors anymore, but shout outs just the friends, family, everybody at Elite for still giving me the opportunity. You guys for putting on such great broadcasts. They're always really fun to look back on. So yeah, just got to thank everybody that's just involved with all of this.
Well, all right, Harry, congrats on the run, and hopefully we see this more here moving forward and into the B season. Maybe we'll be talking about you making the playoffs.
Hopefully. Thank you, Chris.
Well, alrighty, Chris. Now I think we can wrap it up. I don't think there's anybody else in the waiting room. So yeah, join us tomorrow night for the Elite Cup Series, taking on Talladega. Thursday night for the big race, the Indy 500, 7:05 p.m. Anything else I missed, Chris?
No, I think that's it. We just had to get that Harry interview in there when we saw him in the waiting room. And tune in tomorrow to see Talladega, where you're going to see great action, like you mentioned, and then the big event, 7:45 on Thursday. Make sure you're here. You don't want to miss it. See if these boys can knock off Maleshka. Well, I don't think they can, but tune in to find out.